Hello, hello. Banging music. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Dar?
Hello?
Ryan, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. Doing good. Enjoying the Marutas earlier was fun. Indeed. Not a huge amount of wins. I think I came out with a net negative of gear, but I still have stuff. Anyways, let us continue. I am in such a Star Trek mood lately. I've been looking at, half my head is sick. Left or right half? Time to now solve cases. Indeed you do. I've been in such a Star Trek mood as of late. I've been looking at the Star Trek Adventures tabletop RPG, looking at different Star Trek games, things like that. Right all the way through. Okay, well, I hope it gets better. Are you taking anything for it? So, I want to talk to her, yeah. Finally taking a day off work? You deserve a day off work, Ryan. You work exceedingly hard. You deserve some time for yourself. So, I'm kind of curious about your company, Tenderlander. With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business.
Hello there.
Tech Knight, how are you doing? Glad to see you here. A conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy. I get the feeling the sentence is not going to end well. We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tenderlender. Hey Nick, things are a bit tight for Wright & Co at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's a $500 you owe me from our card game for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much. Feeling still sick, but I'm here, made it live, this time at least. Thank you very much for being here. Again, there is zero pressure for anyone to appear live. I'm sorry if you're feeling sick. If you just want to drop and rest, then you go do so. This is the French chef case. Yeah, this is still the case with Jean Armstrong. Tenderlander is on your side. He he he. So let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then? We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee. Right. I think we're gonna skip town. Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well. Yeah, I think she means fucking poisoned, Maya. Fucking... So, do you know about the incident we're investigating? That I missed so much soulless meeting... So I missed soulless meeting the chef, did I? Yes. We haven't had the chef on the stand, but we have indeed met the chef. What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager. The manager being the tiger. Furio Tigre. Furio Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from. Ziniope's got a real name. Nick, hurry up and find out more about him. I would like to present Furio Tigre. Let me ask you about the tiger. I mean, Mr. Tigre. Cookie? Sure. How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Hee hee hee. Yeah, the chef is certainly a character. Oh, yeah. The chef made Ryan leave the stream, I think. Go ahead, Nick. The honor's all yours. No. Ladies first, Maya. Hee hee hee. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. I'm here in spirit, if not body. Have a great stream. I'm gonna go die for a bit. You rest, Ryan. Thanks for popping in. What are the tiger and the scary girl doing working together? We are lovers. That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice. And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me. The tiger saved you? Please, dress him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise... I almost quit the game too when I met that one. I have to... Okay, Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. He saved your life. I'd sure like to know how that happened. What about this? More coffee. You must have more. I don't leave the office. Can do anything except Don Tigre. Okay. Saved your life? I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. Hee hee. You died? About 4 months ago. Doctor said to abandon all hope. Guess they're expecting her to take a boat ride across the river Styx. But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I find that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso. I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So is that why you've got that bandage around your head? Hee. This? So what's the story with the bandage? They put it on after the operation. Operation? It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. Hee. A fatal injury? I just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once? Yeah, she is purely creepy. 5? 4. She really creeps me out, Nick. Same here, but we've got to find out the truth. Okay, let's start off by having a look to see what info we were looking for. How many fingers do you have? 5? 4. There are 4 fingers. And the head bandage. Look at the bandage around your head from an operation. As I said, you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, the operation was very difficult, apparently. And by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Hehe. The injury in question has something to do with this. Something to do with this. Okay, that's the first one. The car crash. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious.
Hello there.
Toxie, how are you doing? That this car was involved in an accident. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis? Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? He tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. The relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Him? No. Okay. Okay, that's... what the Cadaverinis have to do with her. I'm not sure if I have the evidence to show that. No, I don't know. They're not going to push it. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. To investigate and get us more clues. How are you doing, Asti? Are you well? Anything new? Nope. Vitamin Square. There he is. Old Seedy's back feeding the pigeons again. There, take this, and get out of my park. Like I thought, he's really mad. Come on, Maya, just keep your head down and let's sneak away while we can. What? Why? Hello, old man. What are you doing, Maya? Huh? Ka. Let's do a thing. He just turned his back on us. I'm not surprised, as I've already hurt his pride in court this morning. Hey, Mr. Kudo! Pigeon. Ka. Look, we already need to talk to you, alright? Shell seed. Shell splinters. Painful. I always knew you were a demon, Maya. Right, today's trial. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Ha, everyone be talking about me behind my back now. What could I got a thing. A very important thing that I need to keep around here. Found it. Oh god, this guy, yeah. A dirty old man who was so busy looking at the serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face. A filthy, depraved animal. I mean, yes, you are. His nose makes my eyes water, yeah. I don't know why some people are drawn so realistically that others are drawn really cartoonishly. No, not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress putting it in. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino. Finally got to make my Starfinder character. He's a bug boy. Nice. We hear you. Another thing, the young layabout is wearing an earpiece, on the same side as the lens of his broken spectacles. We're really sorry. Are we sorry, though? So my little mistake about the vase. So what? It's a murder trial. You don't make mistakes on these things. I know what I saw. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you. Okay, yes, you tell us. Can you tell us the right thing, though? Okay, okay, take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy, you spiky-haired brat. Take this. Embroiderer. You said you were a craftsman, right? The modern world casts honest craftsmen like me aside in droves. Have you tried starting a Patreon? Surely it's not that. I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an embroiderer, I was born one. Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself. I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection! Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young? I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think he's just in a bad mood, that's all. I've got a tsunami of frustration inside and is ready to burst out. If I let him start rambling now, he might never shut him up. What should I do? Cut in. Actually, you got places to go, things check and stuff, maybe another time? Fine, whatever, just don't forget. I've got a tsunami's worth of grumbling to do. Okay, so... we have to hear it. Come to the place where I work then. Here, bring this along with you. What is this? It's covered in seeds. Discount coupon for a burger? You really want someone to grumble at, huh? Well, it is a burger joint. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to it. Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. Not really much calling for craftsmen these days, then. Of course not, you idiot. All I'm good for nowadays is running errands. Errands? Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Grandad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I? Some sort of 2-bit community handyman? Well... buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up. Hold up! By restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? You could ask to run an errand there too? Yes, I did, the very day that young brat was poisoned. Oh, fug. I can't believe. Shit. Fuck. God damn. Shit. God damn. Fuck. Ah. It's terrible, I tell you. It's horrific. What's going on is awful. Ah. Why? Why do this be happening? Gah. Ah. No. Ow. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. This is no good. This is very bad. Very bad indeed. I'm very sorry. Things have started to explode. I must deal with this immediately. I'll give you running commentary, though, as best I can. It seems like... Oh, that is super hot. Um, Seems like the nozzle of my 3D printer has decided to fucking wreck itself. Now I'm trying to remove it, but everything is so hot that it's like 200 degrees. I have to grab it with my fingers because bare metal at 200 degrees on the skin is asking for trouble. Fuck. Shit. Uh, now. Screaming. Need to fix it. I'll just go. Um. Okay, I need a cloth. I need a cloth. I need a cloth. I need a cloth to try and twist it off the end by hand. Hopefully, this cloth can handle these temperatures. Shit. Everything is going fine. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. I'm very sorry for this. Ah, bruh. Pardon me. I'm getting it now. Destroy the whole thing. Out. That needs. Oh, fuck. Hey. It's just. That is off. That's fine. That is off. That's fine. It is actually. Okay, okay. Good, it's working. It's working. Okay. I'm very sorry about this. Things just happened to explode at the exact wrong time. It's working! It's working! It is an expensive bit of kit that I do not want to have. Break! Oh god, almost burned me. Time to clean the nozzle. New nozzle in. Speaking. Oh no, don't get. No. 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 No, I need like 4 hands for this. Nope. Damn shit. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. This is not what I was hoping. You thread in, you son of a bitch. I believe in you. You got this. I appreciate it, guys. It's so bad right now. Fuck, I almost got the thread. As I try to thread in by hand, the heat goes through the metal of the nozzle and starts burning my fingertips. But I need the dexterity to do it. Okay, come on, let's try a different seating position. I hope this is entertaining, at least to some degree, about my difficulties. It seems to. Oh, fuck yeah, it's like burnt and clogged and all that. It absolutely is. Thing. Almost. Almost got it. Oh, fuck, it's getting hot though. Shit! Ow! Pliers time. No, that pliers is too slow. I need a better pliers. This might do it. In tight. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to re-level this whole thing now because I have to. Fuck, there's some gunk on the. Arrgh. Shit. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. This goes here. Now. This. I need this. You on. Please do me a. Fact the mic cuts in and out is adding to the funny side of this technical difficulty. This is like a radio show right now. Just my stream of consciousness and swearing as I try to sort this out. Absolutely. Don't getting chopped. We're like, come on, fucking get in there. Yeah, that's basically that's just what I'm saying, Dart. That's basically it. Okay, so that goes there. This goes back here. That goes there. This comes out. You're playing Warriors Orochi 3? Why? Nostalgia. Cool. Do I have the... Do I have the... Did I get the... Did I download the... No, I didn't. Come on. I can get this printing quickly just to see how level the thing is. What's happening? What's happening is my 3D printer decided to start shitting itself with the marble filament, so I had to do an on stream fucking test. 5. No, I wanted that. 50. No supports, no raft. None. Slice. State removable drive. Eject. You posted cring. Okay. Print. Test. Confirm. Okay. 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 Oh, I didn't mean to pin it. Sorry. Unpin this message. Yeah, it fucked up, and I'm doing my best to try and get back. And we're back. I think we're back. We're back. Are we back? We're back. Cool. What? The errand. Yes, thank you very much. I'm very sorry. So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, a young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast, I was in a bit of a daze. Then the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi, you call the police. Call them yourself. I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time. So, did you end up calling the police? Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Ca, do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went looking for a payphone, of course. You went looking for one? I couldn't find one right away, you know. Wandered around for 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes? So for 5 minutes after the incident happened, yes sirree, the owner was at the Tribulations on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance, but you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. Certainly earned your kudos for today. Maybe if you didn't fucking wait, yeah. Bailiff, yeah, we know. It's not my fault, you're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court. Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police? What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that that man, alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose. How is Maya this fucking thick? She didn't get a proper education. Oh, I clicked something. I need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong. Okay, let's go to Tribulations. Kitchen. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. But the place is open for business. I have an open restaurant with a chef. Scrolla, how are you doing? What's up? You missed the drama. Where's my uniform drama? Yeah, I ran into difficulties. Yes, it did. I had to try and fix it on stream. It was so the drama. Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. Arg, missing when we need to talk to him the most. In the middle of printing something? Yeah, I was. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. Okay, where can we find him? Move... Detention Center. No. Criminal Affairs Department. No. Wright and Cola offices. No. Detention Center again, because that's how we go back to Tribulations. No. Vitamin Square. No. Tender Lender. No. Huh. Okay. Oh, that's nothing. Is PLA the normal 3D printing or the resin one? It's the normal 3D printing. Seems like my bed isn't level, so that could be the reason why things are breaking a bit. Is there anything new here to examine? I don't think so. Where do we go? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? What do we need to be doing? What am I missing? Present. Did you show me your badge? Ah. A million grumbles for one quick look doesn't sound like a good deal for me. Okay. What do I need? What do I need? Can you get to the kitchen? Yes. And we got the thing that he wasn't there. Anything new to examine? What's this? Looks like a treasure chest thing. We already know this. Now this is one large mirror. Yeah, I already know about that. You already heard about that before. I think this is all just going to be the same. I see nothing different. Let's just see if this is the same. I've heard of most of these. Oh yeah, that's... move. Present. Nothing for that. Nothing for that. Let's try these two. Oh. Nope. Profiles. What about this guy? Show me your evidence. Okay, then. We have... Attorney tied with Maya for wrongful arrest. They have some terrible luck. Attorney's badge. Magatama. We have to Magatama that woman in the tender lender. But I don't know how to break. Victim, article, job listing, lunch special, scooter. Jean's loan contract. Put the Magatana up her nose. Glenn's autopsy, Tribulations, crime photo, coffee cup, victim's lottery ticket, apron, potassium cyanide, victim's prescription bag, millionaire radio flyer, repair bill, paper badge, Tribulations matches, MC bomber. You're missing exploration evidence, I believe. Do I have to keep re-explore everything? Whoops. It's a new location. Nothing outside. What about here? Hey Nick, do you think old CD was talking about a vase like this today in court? Feels like it's ready to fall over any second. Looks kind of fragile too. Those around for a charge $10,000 for every vase a customer broke. You'll be able to pay off his loan really quickly. If you hit people with that kind of bill, Maya, they'll hit you back. Okay, so that's not something. The partition. Okay, not here. Move to... Forget kitchen. Let's do a quick run through of everything. Oops. Already did that. What does it say? I've only a nice pot. It must be lobster. Is that what I ate for lunch? It's permanently burned in my brain now. Okay. So yeah, nothing here. Have you shown the victim to Gumshoe? I think I did that last time. He was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer at the place where he worked. When he crashes, though, does he just stop moving all of a sudden? It wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too. Hey, Detective Gumshoe, don't you have any information that's a bit more fun? Fun? Oh. I know. So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. Elg worked yet? You might as well. Oh, that's what I had to do, goddammit. His workplace? Where's that? Thank you, Costa. Good firm called Blue Screens Inc. or something like that. Sounds like a real stable company. This could be fun, Nick. Let's go. Computers aren't really my thing, Maya. We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff. I wonder about that. Just around the corner from this joint, you should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? The pun? Is it a pun, or is it just the fact that it's the same forwards and backwards? We've got a big meeting starting in a bit. Bed Maggie's case, you mean? No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's not the big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside. Okay, well, we'll see you later then. Bye! Let's put this... Ah, shit, fuck. God damn, why is it happening now? Yeah. Freaking marble. Putting you away. The spool that started to explode out. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Emergency reload. Emergency reload! Where's my snippy snips? Snip. Get snipped, nerd. Come on, you piece of metaphorical poo. Get in there. Get in there. Okay. Back. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me? What is it? It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I can make it. I've been really worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight. Detective Gumshoe? How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of their tender juiciness. So, you give it to her. It took me ages to make it, so please say you will, pal. I can't exactly say no, can I? Fill the stomach with love and plenty of weenies. Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry. Don't forget, okay? I'm counting you to give that to Maggie. Those from Weenie Hut Jr., of course. He's a goofy goober. Okay. Let's go to the detention center, see if she's there. Oh, Mr. Wright. Hello, Maggie. Did they finish questioning you? Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. How do you have access to the internet from where you are right now? Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Don't you try to get in the big man place, but they threw him into Weenie Hut Jr. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. Huh? What do you mean? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident, anyway. Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy saw the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder in the coffee cup? So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know the CD with the writing on it? Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well. Never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Oh, the victim's medication. That's gone missing too. Ouch, my head is getting way too complicated for me. After the incident. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right? Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. Music hits me so hard. More partial to MC Wrench. Okay, guess who in the chat is a fucking engineer. And is an engineer main in Mass Effect 5e. Used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations? Me, I'm an engineer. I'm just playing Infiltrator currently. Also, a good choice. No, no idea at all. Why? Yeah, it's important that you have no idea what happened while you were unconscious. Because it means that there's a blank space. The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly, and you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. Grr. It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. That's not how it goes. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, the old man said as much when we spoke to him. I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out. Committing mass murder in weirdy, timey-wimey Japanese Chinese world. Of course. Maybe we should ask Mabby exactly what she knows about old CD. Well, firstly, we have the CD. How about the lunchbox? Oh, yeah, I've got something you're going to love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox? Weenies too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules, no gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules, they'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But... she's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But... I guess so. Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya, right in front of her, with those puppy dog eyes. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh good, I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Profiles. I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. Feels like forever since I saw a witness. As slippery as that old man. But Gumshoe actually put some effort into that. I know, effort from him. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Alright. What is going on? For fuck's sake. I still feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Cool, yeah, talk. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, I took the coffee over to the victim's table. It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old, middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman. A woman? A woman? I know, right? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. Slams drink down. What? But I think so. So what does this woman look like? She was sort of creepy. She had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy? Cackling? Why do I get the feeling I've come across someone like that recently? Well, just showing you the picture doesn't fucking help for some reason. Holy smokes, that's him. Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan. I thought they were a myth. For the record, I'm not sunburned like an overdried tomato, so I don't know how... He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where he got the tan. I'm not hearing this. Hydrate, alright. Okay, so where do I move now? Any new criminal affairs? The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's out here already. Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too. Oh, I told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. Gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Because when some young guy was about... Some young guy? Wow. Had to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? What are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus. A virus. A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm going to say this once, so listen up. Yes. No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? Okay. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tenderlander is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. Well, it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts. Really? Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did you just say? That laddie? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? Take a wild fucking guess, Maya. We better find out the story with this quote-unquote lady. What exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe? I don't know. What? Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? Computer virus? Sure, I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright? Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine. I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you. What's a virus? A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the inside goes boom, right? Imagine all the case data you got stored in your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious. Infectious? Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. The virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible. Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Who, what, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? Smartest person in the room, yeah. I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard it before, too. Oh, no. Oh, the stupid name, I remember it now. I thought so. Here it comes. Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on? It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name scribbled on the sports paper, written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber. What? Yeah, the virus that's just infected everyone's computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Brain cells bouncing around their skulls like a DVD screensaver. Hits a corner, they have an idea. Nice, I like that. Can you give us any more details, please? Let's also... That's the girl who works over at Tenderlander. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini? You know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary-sounding name. You can't touch them, they're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. Better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Let's look at the bomber first. We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if the demands weren't met. Who are they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. Now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer and every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses, it almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie. Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the root of this virus on the black market. I mean, someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, why are the computers connected? I wonder who the programmer is. Maybe it's Director Hottie. Why are the secure computers connected to the internet? Yeah, you'd think that they would have, you know, like, a network security is like an onion. It has layers. Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? Cool. Like a cake, layers of bullshit. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Trust me, doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They got too much moolah. Moolah, as in, they pretty much control all the cash in the city's black market. The black market, huh? And that includes tender lender, I take it? Sure, no one sends up to Bruno Cadaverini, and I mean no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then. Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. Oh, right. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up a tender lender? I don't know, pal. Well, I heard she and the boss tender lender are pretty tight. Tight? That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. Arg, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is? You know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? The lunchbox? You remember the weenies? Tweet like a tweaker. I hate weenies. Oh, yeah, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch? Gumshoe, can you rephrase that, please? For the love of God. Oh, did you see that happened to War Thunder again? Yes, the F-15 part of the I'm not sure if it was all or part of the F-15 manual got uploaded. F-16, yeah. What is it now? It's like what? Like a few tanks and now an aircraft. You know what they say? History repeats itself? Is that what you're going to say? Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said? Really? Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. I would never ask a woman her age. Man, it's not worth on a player how he got those manuals. Come on. Come on. Come on, you piece of shit. Fuck. Oh well. Okay, prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox. Oh. Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this. This sure is a heavy burden in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that. Yeah, she doesn't like the weenies. And you, Mr. Gumshoe, are from Weenie Hut Jr. Don't expect it to go over very well. You weenie. Weenies again. Nick, tell me we don't have to eat all these too. A tenderly handmade lunchbox. Yeah, and more weenies. I really can't eat any more. Okay. Weenies! Also, Ryan said that he was going to hop in to put a game on the wheel. And he dipped. before doing it, so guess what game is not going on the wheel? Let's go to Tribulations. Let's go to blue screens. Yeah, this is not what a computer company looks like. Wow, this place is so high-tech, you can almost smell electricity in the air. It's a computer for Maya, they can't work without electricity, you know? Who are you? What the fuck? Hello? I'm sorry, access restricted to authorized personnel only. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Kinda hot. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood. Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. My name is Lisa Basil. Yeah, this name is the same forward and back. I'm the company director. Director? She's human. She's more like a ghost in a get it? Ghost in a shell. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glen Elg's? Came from the grid and Tron, hardy har har. That's a DMH, right? Nice try, but other way around, Maya. It's a HMD. All my programs here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs. Then, do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. They are pretty cool. They predicted Google Glass. And, how only fucking nerds got them. I wouldn't mind one. Blue Screens Inc. So, what exactly is this firm's business? I'll try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze data management systems required by certain branches of industry, then deliver optimal operating systems and source level components to them. Lawyer dumb must simplify. If you've ever seen those like dumbest things lawyers have said, but animated to Phoenix Wright, it's amazing. I need to link it in the Discord after the stream. Huh? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. It doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much right. Software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes. Compact disc. Digital optical storage media. Of course, these are used for software as well as music. It is a small firm, but all my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they're doing. She just fucking slid. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? I'm researching the logical access to shared global variables. Obviously, it influences response time performance, so the codependent variables and memory overheads is vitally important to the success of the execution. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all that? Please tell me Edgeworth mentions a megapint. I think megapint is not... Oh, are you talking about in the video? Not particularly in that one. You okay, Colsta? What emote is that? Just a serious face. Yeah. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. What happened? You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know, it's terrible. Any else anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier too. But I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Inc. Oh. How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already? No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. Is there anything that might be useful to you? You are welcome to take it. Yes, there might be a clue here somewhere. Okay, that's nothing. That is super admin restricted desktop access password protected. Super admin restricted desktop access password protected. What? This is madness. A lot of programming words jumbled together. Oh yeah. No, Maya, that is Sparta. She won't tell us unless we say the right code word. A code word, hmm? Sesame. If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is. The left guy's posture, my back hurts just looking at it. Oh god, yeah. That guy's back is already humped. There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. Guess she just doesn't want to talk about this. You should focus on asking about Glen Elg. What do you say? Shrimp check? I have no idea what that is. Oh, okay. Now I get you. Sit up straight, stretch. Yeah. About Mr. Elg. He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh, like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that'd be the best way to describe it. Wow, way to fucking just throw him under the bus. That's what got him into trouble. What? I call that position you get when you slump over your shrimping. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I wouldn't say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all, a model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Didn't he mention something about him being in trouble? We got to find out what this trouble was exactly. Do you know the Cadaverinis? Okay, if the getting it wrong thing is that long and annoying. Glenn's troubles. About Mr. Elg. Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry, why would you think that? But you said something about it just now. He said he got himself in trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Oh, here we go. Three Cyclops? I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own what is a man but a miserable pile of secrets? Okay, let's present the Magatama and see what she has to say. Is Castlevania Capcom or Konami? I can't remember. Glenn's troubles. So, well, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service. What's she talking about? Guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Basil, let me ask you something. Konami, okay. Did Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this? Nope, not that. His troubles. What were his troubles? Yeah, so he was a gambler. Well, what is that? A lottery ticket. There were a ton of these on the victim's table at the scene of the crime. And what is the relevance of that? The victim, Mr. Glen Elg, had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone dreams of being rich. Even I listen to Millionaire Radio. She's right. That is a bit weak on its own. But Mr. Elg... Oh, fuck. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to the lottery, was it? His gambling wasn't restricted to the lottery. His gambling wasn't restricted to the lottery. His gambling was not restricted to the lottery. Sports. No. Is that a radio flyer from the lottery there? Yeah, but it wasn't restricted to the lottery, was it? You had to make something apart from the lottery. No. I'm not sure. don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Anything new to talk about? No. Examine. Wow, look at this mess. Plus, they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? We're betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets. Oh wow, his drawers are stuffed full of these. Also, they're all losing tickets, though. Got Alex losing horse racing tickets gathered up, so that's a bit of evidence we just need for that. Did you what, a buck down at the recycling centre? Didn't know you were so hard that you tried to profit from the dead, Nick. I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. The hell is that underneath there? Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. That's pretty average to me. But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. And I'm going to be an asshole and just saying no, I want to keep my desk dirty. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then. Hey, this calendar. Well, what about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. L was murdered. Is there anything else? Yeah, it says, meet with the tiger. The tiger? So now we have a definite link between the two. The tiger? Then L's calendar added to the court record. He's already penning that keyboard, isn't he? Wow, I bet that's where the pro and programmer comes from, huh? I guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels, gotta expand my skill set and all that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I could become old CD's apprentice. What about your spirit medium training? And the servers in the back. Hey look, Nick, it's a supercomputer. It looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it? Computers are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya. If only that was the case. That explains why we don't use the computer in our office. You work there too, Maya. Yeah, but at least I'm... Please, don't argue about something that's so trivial. Otherwise, the computer will laugh at you. She said she'd laugh at us, Nick. No, not she, the computer. She's a human, Maya, not a computer. Okay, let's try this, Kamehameha again. Lens troubles. Okay, so that's... Where is the ticket? Looking to the lottery, we have the betting tickets. Lottery, horse racing, a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? And the LEDs speed up when she's stressed. Bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps? No. You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example, do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But, if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000. Yeah, but... It's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was deep in trouble before that. In deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. With the boy. Furio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Like you're one to talk. Well, what do you think? Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elg. You think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre? Yes. I'm sorry, I don't know of any connection between the two of them. Really, because I've got proof that Mr. Elg and the tiger knew each other. Because we have the fucking thing here. Like, everything's on his desk. You're hot, but you're dumb. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called the Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. Bimbo? Well, if himbo is what a thing, is it a wimbo? Sort of a himbo is a male bimbo. Okay. True that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit, but $100,000, I think. $100,000? Ouch. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay. I got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? But he was talking about programming. What computer program was worth $100,000? Very good people should leave so I can get back to my work. So close to cracking her. The program in question is by any chance this? A Shembo? A shepherd bimbo? Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No! And there goes the last lock. Alright, Glenn's troubles. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but had been infected with a gambling virus. She's been unbodged. Glenn was in too deep. Ah, what's that song from like late 90s, early 200s? 'Cause I'm in too deep, and I'm ba 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 ba. I'm going under. That song. What is that song again? You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky. Risky? How? Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations. Where do you come up with these ideas? Risky extra work. Let's just say Mr. L was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Unbondaged. Well, unbodged also works. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable! Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar, that was his deadline for repaying his debts. MC Bomber updated, potentially worth millions of dollars. Phoenix, he's your second best friend. Is it second or third? Because I mean, I know Mia's dead, but Mia's also pops up fairly regularly, thanks to Maya. So there's also, well, Larry said they're just school friends, they aren't great friends. Even in the first game, they're like, oh, there's like my best friend. Edgeworth and then him. Okay. Glenn Elg's losing horse racing tickets thrown back on the floor. No, that's important. Maybe Larry, but Larry isn't a recurring character. Use the trash can. Okay, I think that's everything from her I need. Anything new here? No. Criminal Affairs Department. Do I have anything new here? No. Move. Can I move back to Tribulations? The updated virus? Oh yeah, true. Here's a present. Nothing. Kitchen. Just a frequent thing with Colsta. Kitchen! Oh yeah, because the chef might be back. Oops. Move, Tribulations. Move, kitchen. Nope, no one in the kitchen. Move Vitamin Square. I just want to see it. Move to Tenderlender. Let's save. I gave myself a nasty burn on the finger there. The head bandage. Okay, so that's fine. Something to do with this. The car crash. We already had that one. This is why... Your grandfather. Oh, exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? Zyka, hi! How are you doing? Glad to have you here. How's your evening going? Happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family cars when someone pulled out in front of me. 1 second. It was a motorbike or something like that, I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... Fine, and you? I'm good, thank you. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I took a blow to the head, a bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have... He. Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been... It's fucking... him. It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. Lecrec. We collided. The motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he? It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke. So she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. It's the bike itself, isn't it? Yeah. Not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? Okay, well that's that. The repair bills paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? Fuck me. It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it. But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation, such a cool name though, yeah. It was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. Well, good thing that we live in a country that has public healthcare. So no matter how expensive it was, your life would have been saved. With very little cost to you, right? Right? You're kind of hesitant at giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him. Really? Do you honestly believe that to be true? Sad trumpet noise. I looked directly into the camera. Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. The grandfather again. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. A head bandage. "4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. A million smackaroos. That's why I need the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure." Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. And isn't that the case where there's a restaurant called La Belle or Très Belle? Très Bien, yeah. With everyone's favorite chef. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million? No, dollars, not bucks. You read bucks, Maya. My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. A small loan. But $1 million? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. Yeah, fucking think. Compensation. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruno Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me. Not about my grandfather. Oh, is the evil bitch sad? Let's all feel sad for the evil bitch, shall we? Well, I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was... it was evil. Look upon minefield. I think I know where you're going, Colsta. The Tigre owned Cadaverini, and so he pressed L to give him money, which was an empty bomber. I think so. I think because L had borrowed money for his gambling addiction, he had taken a loan that Tigre pressed him for the money on the due date, and so he had A, the ticket, but also B, the virus. I wasn't sure about the English name because in the French version of the game, the restaurant is an Italian restaurant called Bellissima. I heard that it was changed actually. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these? Medical papers? I'm Bruno Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse. Viola's medical papers added. Payment was due last year. Wow, I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Because of the first case with his girlfriend at the time. I just sleep with the fishes, yeah, you see? Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything alright, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah, I will need to convince Violet of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Well, no, the repair bill is important. No, we keep these things, Phoenix. Anything else to examine? That's one impressive desk and one impressive rug. It's solid gold, Nick. Gold. No good to size my fist. Only real gold shines like that. Would you really want such a shiny desk, though? I don't know, but let's see what it's like to sit at a solid gold desk. Wow, I'm completely dazzled. That's because it's completely dazzling. And bullying bar sharks. I can see up my nose in the reflection. That's gotta be really distracting. The desk isn't practical, no surprise there. Is there anything else here we have to look at again? I don't think so. I punched a thing. Whoops. Anyways. Move. Vitamin Square. We got that new evidence. $1 million bill. You anything to say about that? I didn't think so. Move to Tribulations. Also, just to annoy people, I might just start calling it, like I said last stream, Tresbean. Just to annoy any French people in chat. Hey, bonjour. I have been waiting for you to return. Ah, oh no! Tresbin. Mr. Armstrong. Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Ah, it's Zen Eop. Who you calling Zenny Oop? Ah, come out from under the table already, Maya. I will demonetize you. Okay, hand it over. What? You gonna play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. I think he wants Violet Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Oh, wow. That's kind of rude. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Tigre? You want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad, and it ain't only her face. Damn, man. Really gotta do her like that? She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the 1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. We. Mr. Armstrong? Forgive me, désolé, I cannot argue with him. And we got beat up. Urgh! That really hurt. Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait. Don't take it too hard, Phoenix Wright. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard. Yeah, why did you... Oh, you want to rob me for a thing? Just takes out the thing. You mean this thing I have in my hand right now that you could just snatch from me? You want to steal this thing? No, I won't let you steal this thing. Oh no, he's stealing the thing. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal. Gumshoe to the rescue again. The detective? You think you want to stop me, copper? Beat it! Grr! Wow. Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. To be fair, Gumshoe is kind of built like a brick shithouse. I wouldn't be surprised if he could take the tiger on in a fight. Oh, go pal and take this. If you get hurt, you're gonna look after Maggie, huh? Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. Just fucking dump Maya. Yes, Gumshoe could probably kick everyone's ass. Look at even that guy tomorrow in court. Tenderlender is going down. To be continued. Save, and if people don't mind, just give me a minute or 2. Apologies. I'll put it on B or B. And a little bit of music. Hello, sorry. Back now. I hope people enjoyed the musics. Yes. Save. And continue. Let's take a wee drink. Good morning, Mr. Wright. And good morning, Maggie. So, what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended up on a giant mystery. That's true. I still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that, a little flash of doubt in your eyes. No, that wasn't doubt, that was, determination. Why don't I believe you? It's nearly time, Maggie. You better go get going to the defendant's seat. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Who is messaging me? Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? Because maybe she's on trial for murder, Phoenix? That could be why she's stressed out? You think? Maybe, perhaps, possibly, that's the reason? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this'll help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles. This is a small bottle that turned up in Tribulations kitchen a couple days ago. Yeah, the one we found. Wow, look at those little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Yeah, we know this. Doesn't even smell. Yeah, we know. We finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Medication? Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. For ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elg was using for his ruptured eardrum. What was Glenn Elg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Because Jean stole it, maybe. Small bottle refiled into the court record. And what about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but... that's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? In today's trial, I'm going to expose that guy for what he's done, or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. But what if it isn't Phoenix Wright? The court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready and waiting as always. Okay, copy number 1, go! True. Very good, then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness's testimony is plagued with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand, but according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand. Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. To be fair, whenever I've had ear issues, sometimes, even though I may not be able to hear out of an ear, I still would put both in as long as it wasn't too sore. Just because it feels more natural to have two in than one, especially when it comes to wired earphones. Wired earbuds more so than headphones. Sort of in-ear monitors. It just feels more natural. But I don't know. Am I alone in that? And also the fact that it doesn't have the weight of the other earbud pulling on it the whole time. Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You lost me already, Mr. Godot. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times, and that's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved these contradictions? You know the answers to the riddles? The old guy wasn't throwing seed in here, he was throwing us off the scent. And today, I'll prove it. Very well, let the first witness take the stand. It's the chef, everyone's favourite. And you are? Oh, bonjour everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté. I understand my French accent is terrible, so I accept any hate coming. Stop doing that. Oh, when he shakes his when he shakes his moobs. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am le père and perky gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? With you, monsieur? Everything feels right. Ah. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations. Oui, volontiers. At Tribulations. When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decos that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Why? Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? There were mirrors. A mirror? Oui, un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. And suddenly, the mystery disappears. Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. At Tribulations. Okay, let's press everything first, as normal. And who were the 2 customers exactly? May, of course, the young man who died, and the other not-so-young man. You referring to yesterday's witness, I presume? What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. We need some hard evidence before we can bring him up, don't we? We also just have to try a different approach for the time being. You were experimenting with Art Deco? How come I never heard about that before today? You are not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong? This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of decorature? No, Art Deco. It's a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design. Walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah, yes, of course. That deco. I was trying to achieve a more la effeminate look for my restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? buff, something about 4 meters wide, and about 2 meters high. Let's see, if 1 meter is about 1 yard, holy glass in a frame, that's huge. I was heading to install it on the ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. Mate, no, but I decided not to go through with it in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him more about the mirror or not? Of course ask more. If you already had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in Mr. Kudo or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But... you didn't ask, Trite. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? A mirror was delivered to Tribulations on the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes. As it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Ah, if you want to doubt...
Fuck! No!
Anonymous played game added to the wheel for 1,000. Alright, Anonymous, what game is it? You got 3 days off. Nice. I'm assuming that was you, Ryan. I divine cybermancy. And what I will do is, to show that it is being added, let me go to... just chatting, transition. Go, here, and then cybermancy. There we go, it's been added to the wheel. The redeem has been fulfilled. So let's go back to it. You need to break up the stream. Thought you'd do it at the end. No, I like to show that everything is above board. Everything is being done. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Normally, I'd expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Normally? How does normality come into this? That's lame, Trite, even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the porky-headed lawyer and the top-knot chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well, Trite. Wow. Ah, not the hair. I do not have a top knot. Mr. Kudo is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discounting an argument. Bien, logic as one la day. But yeah, thank you very much for the money, Ryan. That game is on the wheel, and let me just... and I have it here to download for when the stream is over. Everything. He would have seen everything in reverse. Oui. Hey, Nick, we should take a second think about what old CD said in his testimony. How do you phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can look me if I'm wrong, it was his left ear without a doubt. Then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. If we saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said saw on the left is actually on the right, huh? That clears up all the problem with his testimony, I guess, or does it? Huh. Kinda hard to believe everything is the fault of a mirror, but... he saw everything through. So here's the thing. So he did it with his left hand, the reflection was right, and the eyepiece would have been on his right. But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. That would be something in that old man's testimony. We've just got to dig deeper. Let's save. Not load. Save. Large mirror between the tables, for example. We're looking at... see, it was to the left. It would have been opposite. So, do I bring the cup up? It's not the cup. Present. Maybe it's the profiles. Okay, so it's not the cup, it's the eyepiece. The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy's wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can look me up if I'm wrong, it was his left ear without a doubt. So, to summarize, you were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all of that as a reflection in the mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactement, you see, monsieur? Now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Shake my head. SMH. Unfortunately, that's where you run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in a mirror, why is it the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order, order. Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, then we would expect the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. How bitter. Trite, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. How he thinks? You remember this, I presume? The I broke the vase sorry apology letter? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elg? Clearly, is the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elg's head-mounted display made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they are both on his left ear, do you hear? His left ear. Huh, well, trite. Mark, that's the worst but best impression of Kudo ever. Wow, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Godot's good. Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found was just a rash. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of le restaurant. The mirror. Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves. Let me have a look at the photo of the crime scene first. It's out of view, I think. There's only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victim. That was a seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. But he was sitting there, though. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror, so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. What about the ticket? I might see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little coquette I am. Confusing all the men like this. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. Arrgh, I hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Volontiers, of course. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you please. The mirror. Press everything as usual. So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oui? Oui? Really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. That's a stupid thing. Look who's talking, trite. Huh? You're obstructing my view, among other things. But, this is my seat in the courtroom. Tribulations' charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. The French word for mirror is miroir. Okay. Unlike you, trite. I tell you, monsieur, la mirror was there in the middle of the restaurant. There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. And where would that be? Oh la la, look how you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome, shall I tease you too? I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. I hate him so much. I bet she has a mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. Bien, I will tell you, as there was only one seat from which you could have seen. He's pretty horrible, yeah. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Mais, monsieur, it is obvious, no? If you look at the plans, you will understand. The victim would have been reflected in the mirror like so. That he isn't French at all or something? Maybe. If you were sitting at the table next to him, you would see everything, no? So that's the seat old Sweetie was sitting in on that day? When the poisoning happened? I don't think so. He was sitting at the table next to the victim? Why does that seem kind of odd? Yeah, it is odd. Again, I'm going to press everything, then come back to that. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kudo was off calling the police? Oui, exactement. I carried it out of le restaurant then. You moved a huge mirror like that all by yourself. You would have to invent some sort of cylindrical device attached to the bottom of it, with which to make moving things a lot easier. Some sort of wee L. Well, what can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Godot actually laughed at something. Well, given the witness's physique, I suppose it is possible. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? I look like the obliging type, no? He's trying to reinvent the wheel. Did not touch anything else. Are you sure? We need the, oh, what's his face? It's the John Cena, are you sure about that? I needed to have that as a button. By the way, did not enjoy that wheel joke. You were spinning out of control, Solus. I know, I'm just going round and round in circles. Before you touch that, answer me! Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Yeah, there is. I just can't put my finger on what exactly. Ah, suffering from a case of heartburn, right? Have just as ink for that, an oil with golden myrrh and frankincense. And a few drops to your coffee, and voila, enjoy. Focus, Phoenix. Breathe. You need to ignore those two and just find some evidence. It's pretty strange, though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a really large mirror. I think someone would have, but Maggie didn't, and neither did old Seedy. The explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribulations that day. I just got to prove it somehow. So, let me have a look at the photo of the crime scene again. The vase is still there. So, I think I know what I have to argue, but I don't know which exact evidence it wants me to argue with. Okay, it is that. Your Honor, Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. This is the letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Ah, I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does the scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? Mr. Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor. It very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. The Pahoto. This piece of evidence contradicts testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Huh. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trite. Wow, like... Shut the fuck up, Godot. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement... What is the something that should not exist? There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the victim at all. Cornered. Don't mean idiot, Trite, that's impossible. That's he's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie. Mon Dieu. Got his ass just sticking out. Don't try to confuse the court, Trite. Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, it doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Oh, his mask is burning. Emergency copy. My spine hurts looking at how he stands. Who stands? Armstrong or Godot or who? I'm back. What did I miss? We're in a cornered. We're cornering him now. This is a sniffle. I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. Armstrong, yeah. In light of this revelation, we returned back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he could not hear? Ah. You only get one shot in life. There's no turning back, which means I have to save. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Trite, this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? He didn't miss. Say that again really fast. Say what again really fast? What did you miss? Armstrong was saying that there was a mirror in the middle of the restaurant, and we're proving that there wasn't a mirror in the middle of the restaurant. If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are going to be okay? Can he really solve this contradiction? An earpiece in an ear he couldn't hear from. He had an earpiece in an ear he couldn't hear from. Yeah? Then there's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The ear doctor made a mistake. No, the victim was a phony. Interesting. Mr. Kudo made a mistake. The victim was a phony. Okay, let's try that. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there's one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. What? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter. A phony pretending to be Mr. Elg. Obviously, like the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. That's probably wrong. Use your time powers. So, I love when he takes a drink just to spit it out. Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh? What did you say? Oh, now the judge says, what did you say? To when someone says something exceptionally rude to the judge. He's only upset about this now, huh? I mean, Ryan, remember, this is what Sean does every day for work. What did you say? Trite? Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Someone pretended to be Glen Elg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning, all for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Get real, Trite. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was how he gets bullied by women larger than him all day for work. The servant girl brought him a Javicino, but she put something in it. That's the servant girl right down the defendant's chair. I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Are you insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? Or they literally whipped him? Judge clearly puts out a lot of shit. Somehow most of the people at this law firm are powerful, tall women. Oh god, where is that Cheems meme? It's, not Cheems, it's Peepo. This is the first one I found on Google. So, Pepe is the original character. Peepo is like the shorter one used in other memes. I'm gonna put this in memes in the Discord so people know. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? Oh la la, this is the most difficult for me. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath, after all. Was there, in fact, a phony Tribulation that day? Is this a phonograph? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. Sure as hell's playing it straight. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. Oui. In the restaurant. La victim, Monsieur Elg. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There was no other customers. They went oh. When he got word he won la lottery, Monsieur Elg became very excited. As one would expect. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for a phony to do la acting. He even gave you testimony. That's crazy. Okay, let's have a look-see. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. That's perjury. You committed perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I'll decide how to punish you later. Oui. For now, we will hear your cross-examination. Mr. Wright, if you please. That perjury charge a bit too well. But I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. In the Navy. La victim, Monsieur L, came to her restaurant alone. Press. Oh, and here's the Allegro. Was he alone at his table as well? Maybe. I saw him from the kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Ah, unfortunately for you, Trite. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. Exclamation mark. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. The old man arrived not long after him. Okay. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Did Godot make a pass at you? I have no idea. Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome any time. I said it was worth one sip and nothing more. Wow, burn. So, old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Let's see. 20 minutes after. So you're saying that not much time elapsed between the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived. What's he getting at here? Wait, that is correct. That still leaves the possibility that something happened in that gap of time. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed? Let me see, approximately 2 minutes, I would say. 2 minutes? That's all? It's unlikely that anything untoward could have happened in such a short time. 2 minutes is enough time to stab, like, a bunch of people, poison things, move things. We shouldn't pursue the line of questioning. Well, let me go back and try the other route. Oh, fuck. By old man, yeah, so... What time was it? Out of curiosity, what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe you were told by a witness yesterday. Yeah, but we're asking this witness. The crime was reported at 2:25 by a kind of scary old man, sir. That perhaps jog your memory, witness? It happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. The victim must have arrived between 2 PM and 2:10. When was he poisoned? The victim must have arrived. The time that's between 1:30 and 2:30. Okay. Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful. Ha ha ha. I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's testimony. Oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Well, at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Let's save. Got Macha killing Masamune date. It's a bit annoying. I have no idea what any of those words mean. I'm sorry. Okay, I thought I could get a quick objection. Guess not. Press it. Weeb. Are you absolutely sure about the time? When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2, oui. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Quite right, I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. That makes you a terrible judge. Haha. I guess he should never get between a hungry judge and his lunch. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Witness, get on with your testimony, please. I can't have the judge just leaving. There was no other customers. Okay. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim. How many times do you need to ask the same thing, Trite? You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice. Huh? You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee if you catch my drift. There's a hole in his testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. When he got word he won the lottery, Mr. L became very excited. Okay. Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, yes, $500,000. Presumably, the defendant heard that too. Then correct. Maggie. She looked like a poor little frightened dove. What about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat. Seems we now have yet another incident on our hands. Roughly 5 minutes later, his poisoning incident occurred. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers? You must have had time to kill. I'm a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Sorry, what did you mean? Zara's the renowned chef, Jean Armstrong, and the tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong. Clarice? Wait, what? Yeah. I was writing a poem, an angry tale of a chef and $500,000 of debt. Cooking for a man who won $500,000 in the lottery. It is called Pourquoi. It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for the court. Please don't. Yeah, you mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked the old man to call from the payphone. While you're on argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. And it seems the shadow of doubt has been lifted, ne sais pas? I guess Mr. Armstrong connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. L, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time after all. But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? She fell unconscious when the incident occurred, remember? Ah, you mean that's when the phony staged his act? Well, for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. La victim, Mr. L... Okay. So what are we missing? What are we missing? Think souls, but my brain be smooth. Oh, it couldn't have been this. It was half one. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Quoi? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be the show Mr. Ellig was listening to. I can't see any problem with his testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 PM, correct? Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, try it if you have one. That show was broadcast live at 1:30, and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 PM. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. No. The victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listen to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glenelgs and Tribulations that day. The real Glenelg, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glenelg acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy? Quite a performance, Trite. You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this, Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 PM. The phony Elg is performing a play for the benefit for Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glenelg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at that time the real Glenelg was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion. Thank you, Trite. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? The missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glenelg into the dinner menu, was the phony Glenelg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? That's something the police should find out. Prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with the proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture, Trite. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? In a court? Surely you can't be serious. What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. My god, Godot was cornering you. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. Elg concealed? Counter-cornered. Oh my god, it's a corner counter piece. Put to the body and stuff them in meat pies, Your Honor, a classic. Where was the body concealed? Save first. I can't save in this position. In the kitchen. Sure. Yeah, surely he was in the kitchen. It would have had been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. Where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright? End of lies from this guy. It's pretty clear the French chef was in on it. Oh, 100%. I think he was forced to be in on it because he owed money. Body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. The real question is, can you back it up? Where is the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location? The evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location. It's this thing. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle? No. I've never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Eh? What? But I'll never use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. Oh, is that the medication? Yeah. This bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elg visited an otolaryngological otolaryngological. Let me just try and do this. Mr. Elg visited an otolaryngological clinic and was given medication that day. An auto clinic. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottles analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Doc Ock. Bore. Glenn Elg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. It's pronounced otolaryngological. Thank you, Ryan. It is appreciated. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu. Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. What? No, we know it wasn't him. No. Order, order. This is an extraordinary development. Witness. Did you murder Mr. Glenn Elg? Never. I could not do such an horrible thing. Godot, no. Is it literally happens? You okay there, Mr. Godot? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. How is this guy's heart not exploded yet? That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you've had by now? Then I'd like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with an empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my H-deficient friend? Je vous demande pardon. Please, you must hear me out. I want his infinite coffee mug. That, or it could be, it could be that he just has a device to the side that produces infinite coffee-filled mugs, as opposed to a singular mug. Multilingual judge, yeah. His Frenchness is breaking. He can be redeemed. I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No, 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 no. Absolutely no. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Right, Gramps? Witness, the court will grant you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well, begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. The confession. It's true I ate la body in la kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason I could not refuse. I did not kill him, I swear it. You must believe me. You were forced? By who? I cannot say, or I will be erased. Oh, is this actually going to be the same mafia family that the producer from the third case from the first game is part of? Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Elg died, was he really the only person at his table? there was another man. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. The confession. Okay. Press. Did you carry the body by yourself? Oh, well, fuck it. No, we'll save after the press. Oui, I carried him, and I carried Maggie too. Maggie 2? What about Maggie 1? Why is there multiple Maggies? When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. I could not leave her there. Why did you hide the bodies? Man forced me to do it, I had no choice. What man? Who was he? No, I cannot say. I fear for my life. So should he go into witness protection? He's really scared. Just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'll tell him. Why'd you go along with this man? I go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. And that reason... What reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur? Yes. Surely you can't expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment. This protection isn't automatic, so they just let you get murdered. We're fucking really? A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male. I can't finish the cross-examination with establishing his reason. They'll just have to prove it with evidence. The floor just be covered in rose petals, yeah. Did not kill him. I swear it, you must believe me. So you are claiming that all you did was hide the bodies, is that correct? Oui, that is right. If we were to believe you, Mr. Armstrong, you must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this. He's already confessed this much. He might as well stop dancing around the real issue. Yeah, but he doesn't want to tell us who the real killer is. Then sock it to him, Nick. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, now I save. And here we go. You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000? Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Oui, je suis désolé. I was weak, and I borrowed the money. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything. This man told you. He should open up a bakery instead. Oui, it is as you say. Mr. Armstrong, La Tigre, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. There's only one thing more fun than shouting "Bust a Wolf" in your friend's face when you hit him with a Buster Wolf. And that is shouting objection. Objection's amazing. Why do you think I have the fucking different buttons on here? Objection! And then the cornered variation. You do that with me, I will cry. Yeah, so like, just talking to Colsta and then out of nowhere, just hit the button. Nope. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to. I had no choice. I carried la body and la inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen. I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tiger. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is despicable. Mr. Godot, you will summon this Furio Tiger as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so you will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. This is a 3-day case? 30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I'll see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more. How the? Don't sit back and relax yet, right? No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way. Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We'll resume once Mr. Tiger is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. I am actually going to leave the stream there. I think it's a good place to leave the stream for now. Save. Yes. And so, on that note, isn't the French chef gets murdered tonight? You have to deal with that trial. We're going back to this trial. Yes. Thank you, one and all, for joining me this evening. Let's see. Who do I raid? Who do I raid? Let's raid. Let's raid this person. Let's raid this person. Cool. So, I will see all of you tomorrow being Wednesday, for more Phoenix Wright. Thank you all very much.